Okay, Baruch Hashem. Everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David. Baruch Hashem. Hope everyone had a wonderful Tu B'Shvat. Still have some nice fruits here, Baruch Hashem. And we're learning so beautifully in Hilchos Halachos. Yesterday we learned a lesson really to help us understand what Tu B'Shvat really is, right? Really, and what the simcha of Tu B'Shvat is, and why. Well, they don't talk much in Shulchan Aruch. In Shulchan Aruch it says on Tu B'Shvat you don't say tachna. That's it. That's Shulchan Aruch. Tu B'Shvat, don't say tachna. So I was thinking, like, why don't we have to say tachna? I mean,
it's
after
Rosh
all,
Hashanah for trees.
Okay, all right. So
it's from Elyon, Noam Elyon.
Noam Elyon, good. Okay. So well, why do we say I have to say tachna today?
Because it's not Tu B'Shvat anymore.
No,
Sunday night, I got married in a Breslov Efrat.
Yeah.
This Rosh Hashanah, they did the digging of Rosh Hashanah.
Oh, they did, yeah, yeah. No. Oh, really? Wow. That's not standard in Breslov. They don't do that. Where was that? In Kiryat Arba?
Yeah.
Wow, very nice. Okay. Oh, cute, beautiful things. Okay. No. So anyway, think about it. We are so grateful that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us trees and gives the fruits on the trees and gives us the ways for us to be able to retrieve things that we have lost through our eating our fruits. It's amazing how HaKadosh Baruch Hu does that. It's such a beautiful idea that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is so busy all day to take all the parts and the things that we lost and put them into different things that they're going to come our way, that we can eat them, that it can become part of us. Like they always say, you are what you eat. It's really true. It's really true, what?
Literally.
Literally, yeah. Your soul is literally what you eat. It's amazing. It's amazing idea. Okay, so let's see now. We're in Hilchos Halachos. We are in Halacha Hey, and we're in the middle of Halacha Vav. We're in the middle of Vav, okay? And we're up to the words where it says Aval B'Shas in the middle of Vav. Aval B'Shas Yitzias Mitzrayim Adayin Lo Nizdakiku Yisrael Legamri. So we were talking about yesterday. We have the blood. We have the blood on the left side, right? And the blood on the left side is dam. We want to turn the dam into adam, right? We want the aleph, right? We want the aleph. Remember we learned yesterday about the aleph. The aleph has a nakuda on top. It has the yud on top. It has a yud on the bottom, and there's a vav in the middle, right? Right? We learned that, right? That's the aleph. Now, what's the aleph? The aleph is to know that you have to be a baki ba'ayil, baki b'nafik, bein ba'aliyah, bein b'yirida. You always have to know how to connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, no matter what situation you find yourself in. Right? We learned that, right? We got that, okay? When you do that, and you realize it's all me'ez Hashem, everything that happens to you, it's coming from Hashem. And you realize that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is giving you everything, so then you are connecting yourself to become an Adam. You have purpose in your life. It's like you have a Hashem. Ekya, we said Ekya. When Ekya is Ana Azamin L'Mahavi, I am ready to become who I'm supposed to be. Ana Azamin L'Mahavi, I want to be somebody. I want to be an Adam. Right? But when we came to Yitzias Mitzrayim, we didn't have that yet. We didn't have that yet. We weren't yet pure. We did tremendous things. We did bris milah. We did the carbon pesach. That was a tremendous display of mesiras nefesh on our part, right? That was a tremendous display of mesiras nefesh on our part, that we took the deity of the Egyptian in front of their faces and said, we're going to take this and slaughter this, your deity. It's amazing. Right? But yet, with all of that, we accomplished, but we weren't yet completely cleansed. V'yatzu mikoidem haketz We went out before we were supposed to go out. Remember, HaKadosh Baruch Hu was he hastened the Gula, the Gula. Remember, we were supposed to be there. He told Avraham Avinu for 400 years, but we were only there for 210 years. So we went out. Really, we weren't cleansed yet. The same way. Why is it so important? Because it said the same way when you have your fruit, don't eat your fruit before it's mivashal, before it's ripened. Because again, the nefesh in the fruit is not ready yet to be released. It's not ready yet to be elevated, right? So we, at the same idea, we were in Mitzrayim. It was kaidem the time that we were supposed to. It was before the time we were supposed to go out, and because of that, we weren't really yet ready. K'maisha kasav midaleg al haharim. He jumped over the mountains. Midaleg al haharim. Shedileg al haketz. HaKadosh Baruch Hu was dileg al haketz. He jumped over to the end. It wasn't yet the time. He jumped to the end. Shebishvil zeh nikra pesach. Therefore, it's called pesach. Why? Shepasach v'dileg v'ugaolam b'racham of afa pi shadayin lehayu ru'uyim legula. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu passed over, like we said, Pesach. He passed over. He jumped over the time, but we weren't yet ready to go out, and that's why it's called Pesach, to help us remember that. In other words, why do we call the Pesach? It should be called Chag Yetzias Mitzrayim. Why do we call it Pesach? To always we should remember this idea that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was hastened the Geula faster than we were supposed to, but we weren't yet ready. That's the whole idea of the Sefira, right? That's the Sefira. We have to build ourselves up. We have to make ourselves ready, right? He's going to say now, and therefore we had to leave Egypt in a haste. We had to leave Egypt in a haste. We were chased out. We had to go very quickly. Because we didn't learn the ways of tshuva yet. Hashem didn't teach it to us yet. We didn't know how to come back to Hashem. We just did what Hashem told us to do. We were slaves. Right? We were slaves. We didn't know yet. Whatever Moshe Rabbeinu told us, we knew. But other than that, we didn't know. We weren't experts in halacha to understand how we go up and down to become an adam, not to be the dam, like the dam, right? The dam pesach, the dam mila. We're not the dam. We want to become adam, right? Because we didn't have the Torah. See, right today. The many firms say we're possibly on a lower level today than we were even in Mitzrayim. So, how come how are we surviving? Because we have the Torah. They didn't have the Torah. With the Torah, you can survive. Because again, you can learn Torah, it can purify you. Like we said, you have your soiled garments. Every time you learn Torah, there are souls in the letters of the Torah. You can cleanse those spiritual garments. When we learned that, right? The Torah is a powerful detergent to clean, but they didn't have that. When we were in Mitzrayim, we didn't have that yet. We're going towards Hashem. We wanted to feel closer to Hashem. Because the whole idea of the Geula was this awakening from on high. Hashem started the whole thing. Hashem started the whole idea. Hashem was the one that gave the good morning, Anya. He gave the idea to take Moshe Rabbeinu, that Moshe Rabbeinu should go there, and Moshe Rabbeinu didn't want to go. The whole story. It was all Hashem. It was in the Sarusa de Leila. It had nothing to do with us. We didn't want to even hear about it. Because we knew we have to be there for 400 years. We looked on our calendar. We said, wait, hold on. It's only 209 years when Moshe Rabbeinu came there, right? It was a year. The Makkos were a year, right? So it was about 209 years when Moshe showed up to Klal Yisrael. Okay? So we weren't ready yet. We didn't want to hear about it. It was in Jerusalem de Leila. Bebechinas ha'ora ha'elyoina she'eira aleihem ba'or gadol barachma. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with His great compassion, His great mercy, He illuminated us. He brought us an illumination, the great illumination of the night of Pesach. But it was only for that time. The same way when a person's in a time that he has his aliyah, he has that aliyah for that time, but it's not going to stay forever. You're going to fall back down to be able to go up on a higher level, and that's why you have to be the baki b'shov. Ayel benokiv, ayel, right? You have to understand that. You have to understand that. Benofik. You have to know ayel benofik. You have to know if you're going up or going down. We have to understand that. And after that, we fell back down. After that ha'ara, like you see, when we came, we were in Mitzrayim. Everything was great. Then when we left Mitzrayim, we were by the Yamsuf. We said, "What? There's not enough graves in Mitzrayim." Right? We fell down. We fell back down again. But we didn't understand that. We didn't understand yet. Oh, I could be up, and then I'm going to go down. That's what I'm saying. Do we have Hashem in us or not? That's when Amalek came, remember? We didn't know. We did not know. We didn't.
The last year in Mitzrayim, it was pretty peaceful for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. We had everything.
We made a lot of money.
Got money, food.
We made a lot of money that we became very wealthy on the makkah of Dam. Right? All the Mitzrayim were buying water from us. No, really. Yeah, we went into the water business. Ein mayim ela Torah, right? That was, we were learning about it. Then that's it. Yeah. Okay. V'hutzuchu lachzor l'taya atzma mizumas v'tumas Mitzrayim ba'darga kiseda. Also now, we have to do it keseder. Right? That's the whole idea of the seder. The seder is the Leil HaShimun. It's the seder. You have to have order. There's order. The seder is teaching you. Hey, Hashem is showing us, why is there a seder on Pesach night? Hey, look, here, I'm giving you this big aura, and if you follow the seder, remember that, because I'm going to take this light away from you, but if you go through the Sefira and you raise every day, you shed off a level of impurity, and you raise to a higher level of purity every day. We shed from the 49 levels, right? We shed off the first level of impurity, and we raise to the first level of purity. And then the second day, we shed the level of the 48th level of impurity, and we raise to the second, and so on and so forth. Right? Every day we're doing that. That is the nisayon of a person when they're going down, to recognize that's part of the program. And everybody experiences this problem. They don't understand it. Right? They're feeling a yerida in their service to Hashem. One day they can't daven well, they're not learning well, they don't feel connected to Hashem, and they think, what is this? But that's life. We have to understand. You have to be a bucky to understand. Just do it anyway. You don't want to daven that day? Just daven anyway. Do the best that you can. Do the best that you can.
In order to change our paradigm, you called it a problem. It's not. It's a gift from Hashem.
Okay, but people, that may be a gift from Hashem, but people look at it as a problem.
But that's the problem.
I understand, but we're learning. But no, we are learning here that this is part of the situation. The same way a guy is working out, he goes to the gym, so when he's working out, then the next day he's Charlie horsed. Right? Is that how it works? Right? You get a good workout, you feel great, but then, everything's aching. What happened? So the guy will think in that case, again, I'm giving you a silly example. Yeah. Obviously, the workout's no good because I don't feel good.
Everybody.
No, but a guy that understands what's going on, he's Charlie. That means he knows he accomplished something the day before.
I feel it right now.
What?
And I feel it right now in my legs.
You feel what?
I worked my legs out yesterday. I feel it today.
Are you okay? No, but so now, now the question you're going to say now, well, that's it. It's not fair. I worked out my legs, so now my legs should be grateful to me, right? My legs should be grateful to me that I worked them out, right? And they should hurt me.
It's a good pain.
No, I got it. Right. So that's how. No, but that's how it is spiritually also. No, I'm giving you the silly example.
You've learned it's a good pain.
I've learned it's a good pain. Yes.
But if you know,
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's for the first time, like, oh my God, what did I
well,
do?
this is the first time for these people.
Right. No. So again, when you experience that high, you come to a nice, beautiful Kabbalah Shabbos, and you feel, wow, you're flying. And then after Shabbos, the guys, well, what happened? That's part of the program. You're going to go back down to come back up, but don't get bent out of shape when you go down. What?
Don't give up.
No, not even don't give up. No, don't get bent out of shape. Realize that's part of it.
That's the way it is with about Shuba all the time.
The what?
Time. You get whacked after you get high,
But that's how it was with every
Right,
Jew.
Right, every Jew.
Every Jew. Moshe Rabbeinu experienced this. Everyone experiences this. Because you can't gain, again, they tell you no pain, no gain, right? That's an exercise, right? No pain, no gain. There's no spiritual gain without the pain as well. But the pain is only there to help you get higher. Ki chein misnaig im kol adam. Look at this. See what it says? Ki chein misnaig im kol adam. He didn't say with some people. Kol adam, all people. Batchila kisheroitze liskari v'Hashem yisbarach me'irin olav milmala or godol u'mesayin loy mileila u'maskil lispalal bechinas v'slavis. The guy at the beginning, he starts davening. Wow, it's great. He feels close to Hashem. He feels that is slavis, that fire. He feels that fire, and then what happens? And then when he falls down from that. And then he falls to whatever he falls to. And he thinks to himself, he goes, the Yitzhak tell him, you see that? You thought that you were so good, you were davening, you thought you were so good, you were learning, you thought you were so good, you were doing that. Look what you're doing now. Look what you're doing now, the Yitzhak tells him. Right? But if he could say back to the Yitzhak, but I know that I really did accomplish something, and that's why you're bothering me now. You're only bothering me now because I accomplished something just before. So when you understand what the program is, the same way, Yaniv, you're dealing with your knee pain, your leg pain, whatever it is, you're okay with it because you understand. Hey, tomorrow it'll be better, the next it'll be better, I'll try it again, right? And your legs will get stronger and stronger. That's how it is spiritually. Then he's falling down, nafik, right? He has to put a lot of effort in. You have to put a lot of effort into, even though you don't feel right, you don't feel like you want to do it anyway. You don't feel like you want to do it, you got to do it anyway. You have to be an expert in this. You have to be a baki, you have to be an expert in halacha. Which halacha is this? The halacha of life.
In the walking.
No, I understand. No, but this is the halacha. You have to be a baki b'halacha in life.
Yeah, walking through life.
Walking through life. Yeah, there we go. Now we understand, but when we went out of Mitzrayim, we felt that great. Could you imagine when it came to Leil Pesach? We had the carbon Pesach. Oh wow, it was amazing. Can you imagine how we felt? We had nice meat. It was gewaldig, right? Everyone was eating, and they were eating our carbon, and then right away, we got to go. We got to go. Hey, wait, I want to finish eating my steak. Wait. What? No, but I want to, come on, I want to eat my steak. The geula was this idea of rotzoi. It was the idea of just, it's arusa de le'ela. Shehi bechinas chipazan, that's fast. It happens quickly. Al kein tzrich lechel matzah. We have to eat the matzah shenefes b'chipazon. Therefore, we have to eat the matzah. It has to be baked quickly, also, right? You're on the clock. 18 minutes from the time the water hits the flour, right? They start the clock. 18 minutes. Whatever's within the 18 minutes is fine. Everything else, you throw it out. If it lasts, if anything was left, you throw it out. It turns chametz. Throw it out. Until afterwards, after the first day. Right? What do? We start counting the Sefira when? The second night of Pesach. Which is we finish the first day. The first day is the whole day of Aliyah. Right? The first day is the whole day of Aliyah. Right? I always like to say, I came up with this idea. Why is it when it comes to Pesach, the first day of Pesach, we bring down Mashavuach Meirad Ato. We bring the talent. The first day of Pesach, we bring the talent, right? When it comes to Sukkot, we wait till the end of the Yontif, right? On Shmini Atzeres, we start doing Mashavuach Meirad Ageshem. Right? Have you ever think of why? How come we don't wait till Shvi Shel Pesach and do Tal on Shvi Shel Pesach? Right. You do that also. Teimanim do the same thing, right? First day Pesach, you start saying Tal, right? Okay.
We don't want to rain over Hag.
You what?
We don't want to rain over Hag.
Oh, you are okay. All right. Okay. That's cute. That's over here in Eretz Yisrael. Okay, but if you live anywhere, anyone lives anywhere around the rest of the world, it rains whenever it rains. It doesn't. There's no like the guys that live in New York or the guys that live in London. There's no rain season. It just rains and it's cloudy and it's foggy and all of that all year long. Right? This is gloomy. Right? Mm-hmm. By us, when it rains, it's foggy, right? And then but then otherwise it's lovely. Right? Baruch Hashem. All right, anyway, so that's why so why you need a tal? The tal we know is the tal of Tchiyah. Right? Tal is the tal, when a Kodesh Baruch Hu want to make Tchiyas HaMeisim, there's the tal shel Tchiyah. Right? There's a tal, there's a dew of life that brings life. It's an elixir of life. Dew. So we want to bring the Masha Baruch, we say tal, because we need that tal, we need the tal shel Tchiyah in order to be able to start counting the Sefira, to keep raising up to get the Kabbalah Satira, right? But that's why we do it right away, because we have this big Isarusa Dila on Pesach, the first day, right? The first day, and then that's why within the first day we start saying tal. Mincha already we said tal. Musaf we introduced the tal. Mincha we say tal. Ma'ariv we say tal. Right? And then we start counting the Sefira. I truly believe that's why we do that. So we have the extra fortification of the tal to help us to be successful during the idea of the nafik, the rotzi, when we're dealing with our yerida, because again Hashem takes away the great ha'ara, the great light from the first day on the second day. So He gives us the tal in order to help us to count the Sefira and to raise back up. And then we do it on every day we have another rung. We do it kiseda. We don't jump. It's not jumping. You count the first day, the second day, the third day, the fourth day, the fifth day, the sixth, seventh, then 1 week, and then one week and 1 day, and 1 week and 2 days, and so on and so on. We count kiseda. And then we can become that Baki B'Shav to come back towards Hashem. We understand the Rotzi, Baki B'Rotzi, Baki B'Shav. We understand how to make the Shav into a Rotzi, to bring it up. The Kriyas Yamsuf was, we just read it last week's Parsha, right? We had the Parshas B'Shalach. We just read Parshas, but today's Tuesday. We're learning this. Today is still part of Parshas B'Shalach. How do you like that? So we had Kriyas Yamsuf. Right, Tuesday is still from the week before. Tonight goes from the week, we're getting the Ha'ara from Parshas Yisroi on Tuesday night. Tuesday night's Wednesday. Wednesday already, you can't make Havdalah from the week before, because it's the next week. Okay. Bechinas tikkes meichen de katnas. K'may shemevayeh bekavanas ki oz rod fu ha-mitzriyim achareyam v'hayu b'sakona atzuma b'gashmius u'beruchnius. Now we're standing there. We're standing in the desert, right? And it's interesting. The parsha, the Torah tells us where we were standing. The Torah tells you in the beginning of Parshas B'Shalach that we're standing by Baal Tzefon, the idol Baal Tzefon. Now I was thinking, and I looked it up. Why is the Torah telling us that we were standing by an idol? Like, what's the significance of telling us Baal Tzefon? Why does he have to mention that? Why is the Torah mentioning that? So I saw in the Likutey Sheleimah a most amazing thing. He said that he brings from different midrashim. Likutey Sheleimah is a collection of many different midrashim. You ever see Likutey Sheleimah? It's a beautiful thing, beautiful. He brings from all different midrashim. He makes and it's the most beautiful tapestry of medrash. It's wonderful. So he says like this. Pare was running. Pare was wanted us to come back. Wanted us to come back to Mitzrayim. He wanted us back. They came to Pare and they said to Pare, "We left. All right, want it back." He says that he brings the medrash that there were 9 million Mitzrayim chasing after us. 9 million Mitzrayim. Now, what did Hashem do? Hashem said like this. We were going towards Hashem said, turned us around. How did Hashem turn us around? We had the Anani HaKavod, right? The Anani HaKavod. So if the Anani HaKavod was moving, we followed the Anani HaKavod, right? The Anani HaKavod made a right turn, we made a right turn. If we made a left turn, we made a left turn. If we made a U-turn, we made a U-turn, right? Whatever the Anani HaKavod did, that's what we did. So we were going towards Parai. Why? He says an amazing thing. Hashem did that so Parai should think, wait a second, see my idol, Baal Tzefon? It's working. It's making them get mixed up. They don't know where they're going. They're all mixed up. They're coming back to Mitzrayim. Oh, my idol is working. You got it? So I gave Parai more energy to be able to chase after them. Do you follow? It's so beautiful when you understand. How as you read this, it's Baal Tzefon, but you understand why that was. So Parai energized him to want to chase after the Klal Yisrael even more.
Which led to
He thought his idol was working.
Yeah, but it took him to his elimination.
Yeah, but okay, I understand. But Hashem, but Hashem played a mind game with him again. He was mechazek his leiv again. He strengthened his heart again because he saw the idol. It's so beautiful when you understand that. You read it now. You open up the Chumash, look in the Bishal. You read it. Well, it's like it jumps out at you now. Oh, now I understand why it says Baal Tzefon. No, really. If you read the pasuk, you'll see it makes so much sense. Okay. Anyway, so that's why we know that the Mitzrayim all drowned in the Yam Suf and so on and so forth. Okay, but they were coming after. We were in a big sakana. We were in a big danger. It said on one side we had a cliff. On one side there was a cliff. On the other side there was wild animals, snakes, scorpions, and everything in the forest. On the other side, we couldn't go there. We couldn't go over the cliff. We couldn't go into the forest. The Yam Suf was in front of us, and the Mitzrayim were in the back of us. So where were we going to go? We were in danger. But not only we were in danger physically, we were in danger spiritually also. Because again, we didn't know how to weather that storm. We didn't understand the idea that we have the great ha'ara from Hashem, but then He took it away from us. So we didn't know. That's why we're saying to Hashem, I don't know why there's not enough graves in Mitzrayim. What is it? Why do we have to come out here for? Ki me'achareyim rodfu ha-Mitzrayim. The Mitzrayim were chasing after them from behind. U'melifneihem haya yam sayir. They had the raging water. The water was a raging river. It was in front of them. U'mitzdeihem haya nechoshem ba'akrovim v'chayis roish shebemidbar. And then we had on the other sides of us, we had the snakes and the scorpions of the midbar, all of that. Shal zeh nemar, yoinasi b'chad ve'yasela b'seisa madrega k'may shamar zeynis chen levrocha. Okay, so I called it, they were unbelievable. Al yedei shahayu Yisrael chazokim be'emuna v'tafsu emuna savoisa. Via us being strong in our emuna and taking the emuna of our fathers, of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. V'yitzaku el Hashem, and we cried out to Hashem. V'kiftu l'soich hayam, and we jumped into the Yamsuf al yedei zeh himshilu derech hatshuva shu bechinas baki b'rotzi baki b'shav. So then when we're in trouble, we cried out to Hashem, and that's what we're all supposed to do. When we're in trouble, cry out to Hashem, like Reb Chaim always does. You see, sometimes he's sitting somewhere and he goes, "Help!" Now I spend a lot of time with the Baruch Hashem. Just so go, he yells out, "Help!" No, really. That's what you got to do. He cries, "Hashem, help me! Help! I need help! Help me! I'm in trouble! Help!" Ki zochu l'schazek l'shoyer be'emuna afal pi she'over aleim ma she'over. They still grabbed onto their emuna, even though whatever happened to them happened. They realized this doesn't make any sense. We were just in Mitzrayim. No one ever escaped out of Mitzrayim. We went out of Mitzrayim in broad daylight. How did that happen? The dogs didn't bark. They always say the Mitzrayim had all these trained Doberman pinchers and the German Shepherd. They had all these dogs around Mitzrayim, right? So no one was able to ever get over their fence. No, they weren't able to get out of Mitzrayim. The dogs would make the noise, but the dogs were all quiet. Now we're out. Now we're out, and now look at this problem we have. So we cried out to Hashem. That was the answer. Ki zochel ischazek l'shoah be'emunosam afal pi she'over aleim ma she'over v'ayidei zeh zochel l'kriyas yamsuf shu bechinas hanoisen liyam derech. And that's what the Rebbe speaks about. Hanoisen lebayam derech. That's what the Rebbe speaks about in lesson 88. That you have the way in the yam, you have the derech in the yam of the world. The world's a crazy, crazy sea, but I can make myself a derech in the yam. That's the understanding of the kol ha'olam kula is geshet tzar miyoy. It's a very narrow bridge, but if I understand that derech taike shehu bechinas soid kavonas elo shehu bechinas tikun abris shehu bechinas mitzias avedas ki shtei pamim baki. The gematria derech, two times if you take the word baki berotzi baki b'shav begematria derech. Okay, as he says in Torah in lesson 88. And that's why when it comes to Kriyas Yamsuf, which Shvi Shal Pesach is Kriyas Yamsuf, right? We read that. We read on Shvi Shal Pesach. We read about Kriyas Yamsuf. The splitting of the sea. Oz daika huta chametz. After Shvi Shal Pesach, now we can have chametz. Isn't that interesting? On Pesach, bal yirah, bal yimatzeh. You can't see it, you can't have it. Asa b'mashu, right? Asa b'mashu. But comes Shvi Shal Pesach. After Shvi Shal Pesach, Matzah Yontiv, go have a pizza, no problem. Ki ein tzrichin oid lechol matzah levad. We don't have to eat matzah only like we do on Pesach. Pesach, if you want to eat bread, you can only have matzah. That's all you can have. There's nothing else. But after Pesach, you can eat bread. Shu bechinas chipozan. Matzah is an idea of chipozan. Bechinas rotzi, coming closer to Hashem. Ki kvar tiknu de'haderech, ki tiknu gam bechinas v'shav. We fixed the idea of shav. We understood when we came to Kriyas Yamsuf, we cried out to Hashem. That's the answer. And that's what we have to do. Whenever we have that pain, we feel the pain of withdrawal from Hashem, we have to cry out to Hashem. That's the answer. Recognize the Yeshua comes from Hashem. V'eschilu liyois b'kiyam b'halacha. Now we became b'kiyam b'halacha. We became experts in halacha, right? V'al kein oz ein tzrichin chipazah. Also now We don't need this idea of only rotzi. We don't need the idea of chipazon, hastiness, coming quickly to with Hashem. We don't need that. V'alkein az huta chometz. Oh, because chometz, how do you understand chipazon? Matzah is chipazon, right? Because you bake it in a chipazon, right? You bake the matzah in a fast way. You have only 18 minutes. But bread is the opposite. Bread, you have to let the yeast proof. Bread, you have to let the bread rise. You have plenty of time. Right? It takes a lot of time, right? Shalom, how long does it take you to get your bread ready when you make your challah?
The whole process from the beginning to the end is a few hours.
A few hours. What would you say? 2 hours? 3 hours?
It depends on which recipe you're using, but
The minimum. What's the minimum?
2-3 hours.
2-3 hours. See that? But whenever you go to bake matzah, it's only 18 minutes. Amazing, right? Now we fix the idea of baki b'rotzi when I'm going up the chipazon, and now I understand the shav as I connect back to Hashem when I'm in trouble. If I go up high to Hashem, if I'm in the pit of hell, it doesn't matter. I'll cry out to Hashem. And that's how you can fix your mind from all the chametz hamoyach, all the crazy things, the thoughts in our minds. But we know when we have a crazy thought, cry out to Hashem. We learn what to do now. So Kriyas Yamsuf was what gave us the idea. We were in such trouble. And what did we do? We cried out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We cried out, and that was the answer. That's how we have the idea of the derech. Tchilas simin peiches. Therefore, the beginning of Torah peiches and Likutey Maran Tinyana. Shamavaya shekol kavonas elul sheheim tikun havedos. The whole idea of elul is to bring back those things that we lost, to make repairs. The whole life, our whole life's event is an event of a scavenger hunt. All of our life, we're trying to make rectifications for things that we lost. Specifically, things that we lost when we spilled seed. When seed was spilled, those are the specific things that we're trying to fix. We're trying to make rectification for that. And that's what the idea of Elul is, to make those rectifications of that. Again, if you have time, if you don't have time, make time. Read through lesson where you need really 87 and 88 go together. But if you don't have time for 87, do at least 88, okay? Shazel bechinas kriyas yamsuf ki mikra zeh hanaise bayam derech nema al kriyas yamsuf kamay shepevish Rashi. Rashi says kriyas yamsuf is going on. This is the idea from Rashi. Hanaise bayam derech is kriyas yamsuf. Okay, that was the idea to make the derech in the yamsuf is kriyas yamsuf. How did we get the kriyas yamsuf? Crying out to Hashem. If we want to have Yeshua's Hashem, we have to know we have to cry out to the Rabbeinu Sheleimah. Okay, we got that? So we finished lesson 6 now. Tomorrow we'll go to 7. Let's do a halacha quickly. And I don't want to start 7 because it's a different topic. And idea now, I think we understand now the idea of baki barotzi, baki b'shav. When things are going good, great. But no, right after that's going to come the fall. Right? That's going to come the fall. But remember, when you're during the fall, don't discount what you accomplished with your advancement. Whatever you advanced, understand that's an accomplishment. And don't let the fall bring you down. And what do? You just call out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Sasha, be successful. I know you got to go. Okay. Go. Be successful and travel safely. Okay. And I hope your clients really like your work today. I understand. Okay. All right. Okay. Look at the Gishmei Bracha. Wow, look at that. Wow. Sasha, put your hood up. Why? Wow, look at that. Wow. It feels great, right? In America, they think, another day it's raining today. If they're not dealing with rain, they're dealing with snow and ice. Ay. Those poor guys over there. When are they going to wake up? Okay, anyway, soon, hopefully. I think we're up to Chav Dalet today, 24. Is that we're up to, David? 24? Yeah, 24. Okay, today we're going to learn. So yesterday we learned about sleeping, right? It's not good to sleep too much, and it's not good to sleep during the day unless you're accustomed to it, like we said. Okay, and then he said if you have trouble sleeping, so what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to eat something or drink something that'll calm you so you can go to sleep, right? Isn't that nice? If you're not sleeping well, and then you make yourself a chamomile tea, or you make yourself whatever tea, whatever you like to drink, no, you're following Shulchan Aruch. Shulchan Aruch tells you if you're not sleeping well, so eat or drink something that'll help you sleep, that'll induce you to sleep. Isn't that nice? Isn't that really great? It's amazing. Eat something, drink something. So I'm drinking that, I'm following a halakha. That's amazing. You would think it's just I want to sleep. No, but wait a second. I also get credit for following a halakha. That's pretty good, right? Anyway, okay. Today we're going to learn about the bath. Okay, Chav Dalet. Derech harechitza. Right, now you have to, a person has to take a shower, a bath, right? You have to take hygiene, right? They call that hygiene today, right? Mm-hmm. Hygiene, okay. Sheyikones adam lemerchatz meshivas yomim l'shivas yomim. So he says, yeah, a minimum is you take your shower once a week. Minimum. Erev Shabbos, person will take a shower. Minimum. Again, you have to understand. When he wrote this, they were bathhouses. They didn't have a shower in your house. The mikvahs didn't have hot water in the shower. They didn't have. It wasn't like we have today. Today we live life. We live in luxury. Even the poorest guy today has luxury. Has a toilet in his apartment. It's amazing. So they had it that he says a minimum of once a week take a shower. V'lo yikones lemerchatz. Lo kishehu roi v'lo kishehu saveya ela kisheyaschil hamazon leisakil. Don't go take your shower right away when you're hungry or you just ate. Wait a little bit. The same way he says before you go to sleep. Wait 2 hours before you go to sleep. Let the food start to digest in your stomach before you go to sleep. Right. So he's also now before you take your shower, make sure you didn't just eat or you didn't just drink or you're too hungry or so on. What's the matter? You have a question?
No, I'm just wondering what's behind that. I've never.
Well, he's going to explain. 1 second. V'yirchatz gufay b'chamin v'achakach b'feishrin. First, wash your body with hot water and then with warm water, right? With warm water. You go from hot to warm. V'achakach b'feishrin min ha'feishrin. Then you go even in cooler water. Ad sheyirchas b'tzayna until you're washing yourself with cold water. So you start with hot. And you go down cold, like we were learning before. Baki berotzi, baki b'shav. You feel hot, but then you got to go down to the cold. But he does it in a gradual way. See that? He says, isn't that nice, Shalom? Come on. That's really nice. You're going down in a gradual way. You go from hot to lukewarm, to a little less warm, and then you go to cold. Kishayetze min hamerchatz yilbash begodav v'yechase roisha yehitiv shaloi tishloit by ruach kara. When you go out of the bath and you're going outside, so make sure you cover your head. Make sure you cover yourself up, right? Yechase roisha. Put something over your head. Why? Shaloi tishloit by ruach kara. The cold outside. If it's cold outside. So you shouldn't feel cold. You shouldn't get those shivers like we learned, right? He says, even if it's a hot day, when you go out, you still make sure you protect yourself. You don't want to get cold. And then you sit down, you relax a little bit till the excess heat comes out of your body. Why did he say it was so important to go from the hot, you go down. So again, you're cooling off your body because again, we don't want the body temperature has to be 98.6, right? You want the body temperature to be body temperature. When you introduce too hot, so then the body has to work hard to cool itself down, right? That's what we said in the wintertime. In the wintertime, you're supposed to eat hot things So you warm up the body, right? In the wintertime, when you have a nice hot soup, right? It's cold outside. You have a nice, you're following Shulchan Aruch. Isn't that nice? Come on, that's pretty good. You're following Shulchan Aruch, right? Because again, your body temperature is colder. So you eat something warm so you can raise your body temperature. But he said in the summertime, go get yourself an ice cream. Because in the summertime, your body is too hot, you want to cool it down. So it's the same idea when you take the shower. When you take the shower, your body's hot. Now before you eat, make sure you sat a little bit, relax, and then you'll eat, because you don't want, again, because we said when we eat, the food is like fuel for the body. It makes it hotter. It's a program. It's an amazing program. Then you can eat if you want to take a nap. He told you if you took you a nice hot shower. People like take a shower before they go to sleep, right? It makes them sleepy. So he said that's a good idea. If you want to take a nap after you take your shower, that's a good idea. And that's why maybe people take their shower Erev Shabbos, and it's a mitzvah to take a little nap on Erev Shabbos. Why? Because again, for this idea, you want to let the body relax and so on. Okay, so realize that even in halacha, like we're learning, you have to be a baki beratzi, baki b'shav, baki b'aya, baki b'nafik, and the body, that's in ruchnius, but in gashmius it works the same way, right? You don't want to go anything too gradual. You don't want to shock the body. And that's the same way it is spiritually, the same way it is and amidst Hashem. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Have a wonderful day. And we should all hear Besorah Tovot. It should be good for Klal Yisrael. Kol Tov, everybody.